Welcome to the Project-Based Learning, Technology, and Self-Directed Learner Wiki. This wiki was designed to answer the driving question, how do we, as technology facilitators and coaches, assist classroom teachers, professional trainers, in transitioning to a culture where the teachers, trainers, act as facilitators rather than direct teachers, allowing more student-centered learning? To start our journey in answering this question, we interviewed K-12 educators to determine their attitudes and philosophies in regards to student-centered learning. While the majority of the educators had a positive attitude towards student-centered learning, many of them had concerns about allowing students to have control in the learning process. As a team, we determined that if educators had a model to apply when approaching student-centered learning, they'd have more confidence in this transition. Project-Based Learning, or PBL, offers a framework that allows educators to smoothly transition into a student-centered learning environment. To explore this idea, we launched into a literature review about PBL. By reading books, academic articles, and studies, we determined that PBL did offer a valuable framework for educators and a natural environment for student-centered learning. As you explore the wiki, you'll see two important themes. First, in self-directed learning, the student and teacher both play very distinct and yet interactive roles. These roles are contingent upon one another for a successful learning experience. Also, you'll see the role that technology plays and how it enables students and teachers to facilitate the student-centered learning model. Let's look a little more closely at the wiki. In the wiki, you'll see the navigation bar on the right. Here you can access the content, references, glossary, and literature review. This video will progress from page to page down to the final section on technology and integration. Let's start by looking at what is project-based learning.
Project-based learning is a research-based educational model that provides effective, student-centered learning. In our wiki, we are investigating project-based learning as it provides opportunities for teachers to act as facilitators of information, encourages a self-directed learner to determine how they learn content, and naturally integrates technology into the overall process. Project-based learning, or PBL, provides a framework where the self-directed learner thrives. On our page, you may watch a video that provides an overview of PBL as a cross-curricular educational model. After you examine the elements of well-constructed, effective PBL, you may recognize that it is not a typical research project, but a bigger, deeper, and longer-lasting means by which students acquire content knowledge. PBL is effective because it provides a situated learning environment for students to discover and explore within the contextual meaning of their topic. This research-based learning model has been shown to ensure long-term knowledge acquisition through relevant, situation-based learning. Consider the benefits of PBL, that it encourages critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. As students investigate questions, they do so using multiple tools and technologies that provide an extended set of resources, leading to multiple outcomes and possibilities. It is not your traditional teaching. Where traditional learning values the content, PBL values the process of learning. It is no longer about the questions on a test, but about how you understand and apply your learning to solve problems. PBL provides a perfect format for self-directed learning, teacher facilitation, and technology integration. Interested in getting started? Please explore this wiki to learn how PBL and technology can work together for your students' needs.
On this page of the wiki, we will address the role of the teacher as a facilitator. Before starting a PBL lesson, there are three areas the teacher will need to consider. The first area is the teacher's mindset. When transitioning to a PBL environment, educators will need to be open to learning the new skills necessary to make this environment successful. Educators will also need to prepare themselves for a louder classroom and consider how they're going to integrate technology. The second area educators will need to think about is lesson design. Now, instead of worksheets or lectures, educators will need to create lessons that revolve around students solving real-world problems. And finally, facilitation techniques. Often educators are very comfortable delivering content. However, now they'll need to oversee students as they construct their own pieces of content. Educators will need to think about what type of learning management system they want to use for students to collaborate and communicate. They'll need to think about the types of questions they want to ask when they travel from group to group, inquiring about the group's progress. Also on this page of the wiki, you will find some helpful resources and a video about integrating PBL into the classroom. Now that we've looked a little bit at the teacher's role, let's look at what the students will be doing. This page of the wiki clearly defines the student's role and expectations in a PBL environment. As the reader scrolls through the page, they'll find the 6 roles of a student as a self-directed learner, an excellent video about PBL from the student's point of view, and the key elements of self-directed learning.
PBL and technology integration. So how does technology make PBL more powerful as an educational model? Consider this quote: "Technology opens opportunities to reinvent projects so that they become more authentically connected to student lives." When PBL utilizes technology as a tool for student productivity, the opportunities for true self-directed and extended learning begins. Technology provides productivity tools for students they would not have access to otherwise. It is a natural environment for exploration of content where a simple search entry can supply an incredible amount of information. It encourages discovery of new ideas through communication and collaboration with peers and teachers. It offers contextual or situated learning opportunities, often not available or accessible in a traditional classroom. As teachers transition to their role as facilitator, they should be mindful of how technology integration looks in lessons and of how students may need guidance in developing their online skills. As students begin their self-directed learning through PBL and technology, they must develop skills that enable productive use of online resources. Teachers as facilitators should ensure relevant connections between what the student is doing with technology and the purpose for using it. Teachers may act as facilitators by using learning management systems, such as Edmodo, to provide guidelines for PBL while allowing for student autonomy in their learning. Do you want to learn more? Investigate the lesson examples and resources for educators that focus on PBL and technology integration.